Hi guys. So, for those of you out there contemplating of defending Candace Owens, before you do, please watch this little compilation of the nastiest things she has said about Black people. Did you watch the interview on the Breakfast Club when um, I believe at the end of the interview when I didn't watch it, by the way. I just saw the clips of that interview on the tube. And then the girl said to Candace, "God is good." And Candace, with the a smug look on her face, yeah, yeah, God is good. And the look on her face, it's like, I don't I'm not like you. I don't identify as black. This ghetto style is not my style. The God is good. That's why, that's how she came across to me when I watched that clip. It's like, I'm not in the God is good with you guys. I'm not, no, that's not me. That's not my style. That's not my style. Uh, I'm not in the God is good with you guys. That you God is good me. And that's what's like, don't you God is good me. I'm not in the ghetto. We are not in the ghetto. Okay. So I'm gonna say it for the sake of saying it, but don't think for a second. I am in the God is good with you guys. Okay. As you can see, yes, yes, yes. It's just because I look like you doesn't mean that I identify, yeah, as a black woman. As you can see, I'm a freaking white woman. But the black bag. So don't you dare come here and God is good me. God is good me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. God is good me. All right, people. So so what I wanna say today is for people, she doesn't care about you. She doesn't like you, people. Okay. Okay. Candace Owens doesn't like black people. Okay, she doesn't like you. She doesn't want to be friends with you. She doesn't want to be associated with you. So, without further ado, people, why don't we get into this compilation? Mhm. Let's watch her being nasty with her party mouth. Let's watch.
Y'all know how I feel about that stupid, truly stupid and ignorant Candace Owens, who made some of the most
Yes, she
illogical,
is.
nonsensical comments regarding the case of Ahmaud Arbery, trashing him, saying black folks, why y'all? I mean, he was stealing, wasn't jogging. Well,
She
ooh,
did.
things got a little heated on social media in the last 24 hours, where a group of black conservatives have actually been standing up and called her comments out. It's been real interesting, Malik, seeing this back and forth take place with this one sister who's a conservative named Sonny Johnson. And she, of course, has been battling with Candace on this. And what was interesting is that these black conservatives, what they lay out is that they said that point blank they condemned her particular comment. Okay, here's the statement. Eugene Craig, of course, appears on our show often. He's the author of this statement. Black conservative statement on Candace Owens tweets. We, the undersigned black conservative leaders, unequivocally condemn the hate-filled and destructive words tweeted and spoken by Candace Owens in the freest county on the face of the earth. I think that means country. I think that means country. In the freest country on the face of the earth, no black man deserves to be gunned down like a dog in the street. Blackness is not a weapon. Blackness is not a threat. The words spoken by Candace are not reflective of the Black conservative movement and should be universally condemned by the broader conservative movement and all who support freedom and liberty. Her words provide shield and cover for these type of incidents to continue. This is not the role of the Black conservative. Our hearts go out to Ahmaud. Actually, Ahmaud is misspelled. Ahmaud Arbery's family, and we continue to lift them in prayer.
Doesn't
Black men
matter.
and women have a right to live freely in this country. We all have a responsibility to protect that right. We have a responsibility to condemn, that should be condemn her hate-filled and inaccurate tweets and statements. The thing, Kelly, that
White country, it would not have happened. Barack Obama would have never been president had it not been for the fact that America has moved on from race, but they don't want us to move on from race anymore, and that's exactly what we're getting at.
so
And I want to get to this tweet because I was so physically nauseated by it from the mayor of Minnesota. He says, ready, George Floyd came to Minneapolis to better his life, but ultimately,
She was physically nauseated because someone said something good about George Floyd. Yeah. She wanted to vomit. You know, this is how despicable Candace Owens is. Let's continue watching.
his life will have bettered our city. The jury joined in a shared conviction that has animated Minneapolis for the last 11 months. They refused to look away and affirmed he should still be here today. Brandon, Minneapolis to better his life. When you want to better your life, how much fentanyl do you take?
Simon Says. I mean,
This is her wanted to please her white audience. She's playing a role.
I don't know how much fentanyl he's taking to write a tweet like this. If you want to be,
Everybody, here are Auntie Walkers and Uncle Tommy. Enjoy.
better your life, I think you would start by not using drugs and trying to buy stuff with fake money and resisting arrest from police officers. I don't know what world we live in.
Right.
Why are these people so lame?
They're just lying.
They're just making up stuff to stoke hatred and vitriol in
You
our
are,
country.
you two
That
are.
guy was a thug. That guy was a criminal. That guy was using drugs. He's not an example of anybody. He don't represent me as a black man.
And I hate that. I want to put that out. I hate when people say to me, how do you not see yourself in George Floyd? How do you not see your brother, your cousin? I don't know. My brother and my cousins aren't ingesting fentanyl, resisting. Why would I see myself in George Floyd? What person goes, I really see myself in this drug addict and this person that's been arrested and faced jail stints 9 times? Why am I forced to see myself because, oh, we have a similar melanin complexion?
it tells you what they think of you.
Right?
Yeah, they feel that.
This is who you want to defend. Breakfast Club. This is who. You want to defend that?
It's representative.
Well, and his name is now forever synonymous with justice, according to our Speaker of the House.
The matter narrative is getting more and more ridiculous every single day. Just an absolute lie. Like, no, actually, nothing that they told us about this case was true. And shot her while she was asleep. All of it, a lie. Not even one part of it's true. Not one piece of that was true. If we're hanging in the wrong crowd, doesn't matter. If we're actively helping our boyfriends move drugs, which is what Breonna Taylor was actually doing, okay? Trailing her, that her name was on the warrant when they showed up at her place. It was not the wrong address. Everything the media told you was a lie. Police officers had every right to be in her property. They had been monitoring that property for weeks. They had a poll camera watching every single thing that group of people did. Because
Yeah, she's talking as if she was in the room with Breonna Taylor and her boyfriend, you know? She's talking as if she was there. Maybe some police officers were talking to Candace because she knew so much.
they were involved in meth, crack cocaine, they were moving drugs, and Jamarcus Glover was the person who was at the center of it. Okay? That's the truth.
How do you know
You were
that,
told that the police
Candace?
officer shot her while she
How?
was asleep. No, she was standing in a hallway. Right? You were told that nothing to do with anything and it was all an accident. It was not an accident. Okay? She was knee deep in drugs. Just important part about this case, which no one is talking about, is that they fired first. They shot a police officer, and I shouldn't say they, I should say the guy that she was with at the time, Kenneth Walker, fired and shot a police officer before hiding behind her and running to the back of the house. And she then took all the bullets from the returning bullets from the police officer. Because Black Lives Matter is in there burning down a community once again where Black people live, where Black people work, where law-abiding Black people like myself and the majority of the Black community have to sit here and suffer this BS narrative.
But the real truth of the reason why people hate the Queen has nothing to do with
This, people, this, it's a job of Candace Owens.
colonization, has something to do, which, by the way, just to be clear, the Brits invading Africa actually represents, and this is going to get me in trouble, but it was, if you look at how forward it brought the African colonies, it ended up being a net positive. Now, this is, of course, people, it's going to get me in trouble because people somehow think that Africans were living happily ever after and things were great, and then the horrible English, British descended upon and murdered everybody, and the French suddenly murdered everybody, and that just isn't the truth. Obviously, the African nations had slavery, just like the European nations had slavery. So it's an evil that was not started, did not begin in Europe, actually. Can actually be traced back to Muslim origins.
All right, can you pause it, please? I'm sorry.
European nations had slavery. So it's an evil that was not started, did not begin in Europe, actually. Can actually be traced back to Muslim origins. And for whatever reason, people have this fantastical rendition of history where they think that it was only white people that ever did anything bad, when in fact the truth is that even in terms of our own history, American history, it was the Africans that were selling the Africans to the Europeans.
Wow. Keep going.
Because they were bamboozled. That's why.
Basic as gin and mirrors. I talk about this in that were selling the Africans to the Europeans. And usually for things as basic as gin and mirrors. I talk about this in my book. Like, it was really basic things. And when Europeans set out to end slavery, by the way, it was white men that were the first in the world to abolish the slave trade, right? People don't like that.
One thing I always say, Tucker, is that the left can pull a racist narrative from thin air where it doesn't exist. When it
Oh,
actually is in their
Candace,
face, they
Black
try to avoid it at all
Americans
costs,
are the
especially
most
when perpetrator is a black
murderers.
person against another white person, which obviously happens more often in this country, given the fact that Black Americans are the most murderous group in America by rate.
This is who you want to go out there to defend people? You still want to defend her? You seem to have short memories, people. Really. The irony is, there are so many things that she said that I agree with, but because she is so hateful towards Black people, I don't even take seriously what she has to say about Black people, the good things she has to say, or the things that are true. Anyhow, people, that's all I wanted to show you, to remind you not to go out there and defend her. Do not let me catch you defend her. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and comment. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.